Hi, everybody. This is Carrie at wooingnature.life. I am so glad to be welcoming in the new year in New Orleans, Louisiana. And if any of you are in the area and you need some services between now and January 4th, I will be here. You can hit me up at Kerri, Kerri, at wooingnature.life. This is your new moon view. This is for the water sign. So if you are a Cancer or a Pisces or a Scorpio, then I'm talking to you. Or if you are a person who knows your birth chart really well and you know that you're heavy on the water side, then this is also where you'll want to receive your information as far as the new moon is concerned. If you want to know general implications, aspects, things that are happening in general with the moon, you can check out the other video that just says the new moon view, and that is without the earth sign, air sign, fire sign, water signs. And that'll give you a general sense of what the moon is doing, and that can give you some insight. But this reading is specifically for the water signs or people who have have a heavy hand of water in their chart. So very interesting. All of these readings, this is the last one that I'm doing. I've already done earth and air and fire, and so water ended up being the last one, and it's really, really powerful, as water is. Water is one of the most powerful elements, and as I was reading it, I couldn't really get a sense of what was going on, so I ended up using additional cards. I'm working from the Magical Shaman deck by Colette Baron Reid, and then I also pull some qualifying or some clarifying cards from her Enchanted map as well. I really enjoy the Oracle decks by Colette Baron Reid. Highly recommend them, and they're very easy to use, and also highly intuitive. It's a lot of really powerful intuitive energy in them. So anyway, that's an aside. We're going to get right down to it. So the spread that I'm doing is a 5-card medicine wheel spread. That just gives me a sense of the central focus for the new moon period. That's at the center card. And then moving clockwise from the south, the west, the north, and the east are 4 other cards that surround the general sense that's happening for the period, and then we just go from there. So there are 5 cards on the table, and I've also pulled some qualifying cards from the Enchanted map because the reading was so very elusive, as water can sometimes be. So at your center water signs is the medicine wheel. For those of you who don't know or aren't familiar with the medicine wheel is a Native American concept, if you will, or teaching. It's a way of life. And so the medicine wheel represents all of life. It's a circular construct as opposed to a linear construct. So life itself is a circle. Our earth is a circle. Who we are operates in cycles or circles. And so the medicine wheel becomes a symbol for all of life. And as we are living life, we learn these lessons and we go through these experiences that teach us or that heal us. And within those lessons and within those teachings and experiences, there is medicine, or that which heals us or helps us to grow. So at your very center here, we have the medicine wheel, this concept of the medicine wheel. In the south, there's the witness, which implies that there's something to be seen or something to be observed during this time period. At the west, you had the rainmaker, which is someone who can call the rain. Now, in the native and in indigenous cultures, the rainmaker is so important because that's a representation of abundance. If you don't have rain, your crops dry, you starve, and there is nothing. So the rainmaker becomes that spirit entity that can call forth this abundance and what is needed and what the people or what the community or the tribe has been going without. And so you have that there within the reading. In the north position, which represents our wisdom place, you have the owl. The owl is wise because he can maneuver in the night. He can see in the night. He is concealed in the night. And also he knows the things that are happening in the dark. He can see them very well. He is also a very keen hunter, which means that he not only sees, but he's able to do something about it as well. So we have the owl there, definitely in the place of wisdom, and then having the owl, which represents a specific kind of wisdom as well, to be in that place is significant. And then in the east, which is where we are being illuminated, or where there is the major teaching from this, is the giveaway. And the giveaway is actually a ceremony. And basically during the ceremony, you gather in a circle, there's a fire, you rattle to each direction, and then the idea is that there's something that is released or given away, and in return, the spirits will bring you some symbol. It could come through the symbol of an animal or something like that, but something for your spirit that's going to uplift your spirit and allow you to continue to progress. So it also represents a time to give away things or to let go of things as well. So this was a really, really interesting reading, and at first I was having trouble trying to see where this was going. It felt very elusive to me. I understand all of these concepts, but I wasn't seeing how they were flowing together. I wasn't seeing a real connection. So I went ahead and pulled the cards, like I said, from the enchanted map for each of the directions. And what I got for the medicine wheel is the magical map shifter. I kept wanting to make that be shapeshifter, but it's magical map shifter. And so here is the medicine wheel, which really serves as a map for all of us. It serves as it is a map in ways. And here is the magical map shifter. So what that tells me is that there's going to be a turn of this wheel. And when you have a turn of the wheel, that means that major changes are happening. So there are major changes happening in our universe right now, and water is the focus. So you all literally are embodying the energy of the medicine wheel. So if you were to take all of the qualities of the Cancer, the qualities of the Pisces, the qualities of the Scorpio, blend them all together, that collective energy is what is making the changes that are needed now in our society and in our world. That is a really powerful thing. And like I said, water is a very powerful element. So literally you all are serving that purpose during this time. And the new moon period right now, what's happening in the new moon period is so significant to that, because there's so many planets, including the moon, that are in Capricorn, which is all about order. It's all about systems and establishing a new system. If there's new systems that need to be put in place, if old systems need to be done away with so that new ones can actually serve us, all of that is a part of Capricorn energy. So what's happening with the new moon and the energy of the new moon, and like I said, if you want to look at that, you can take a look at that in the new moon view, the other video with that, and that'll give you some other another sense of that. But there's a major change happening, and water is at the center of it all. And by this being the new moon, and the moon influences water heavily, then those people who are in the water signs are actually serving as a conduit for change. Woo, woo, woo. I'm impressed with you all as well. So in the witness position, I pulled the card Coming Together. So in the South, and as the witness, you are there to see, observe, and to keep your objective lens going on. And in that space where you have the objective lens, you can see how all of this is coming together. Opposite that, in the North, where the owl is, we have coming apart. So that's really interesting to me, because it tells me that the water signs are in a position where they can actually watch or bear witness or see how things are coming apart and how things are coming together simultaneously. So this side of yourself, the side of yourself that has that sixth sense, that intuition, that moves with the intuitive, that uses your intuition as the guide, that part of the water signs, all of that intuitive stuff that's associated with water signs, it's going to be able to see, it is witnessing and bearing witness to the things that are falling apart and falling away, that are not going to be of any use to us. And then your objective lens is able to see how it's coming together. So you can literally see both sides. You can see all of this happening as the change is happening. So all of you all who are water signs and intuitives, tune in. We'll be looking, the rest of us will be looking to you for insight as to what it is to not connect to, and the things that we need to connect to. So you're going to know what's coming together. You're going to know what's falling apart. If we're connecting to things that are falling apart, let us know, please, because we don't want to be lost in the quagmire. All right, so in the position of the West, which is the Rainmaker, this really looks to your ability to understand and know how water moves and how this energy is going to influence all of us. We have intention, the card intention. And so all you need to do to bring in the abundance, or to bring in the bounty or the rain or the things that we need to continue to nourish ourselves, is just to have that intention. So I'm going to say to all of the water signs, be mindful of your intentions, because your intentions, or whatever you intend or whatever you put your mind toward, is going to be very strong at this time. And the new moon is time for you to self-reflect and to put new things into motion. So just be really mindful of your intentions and where they come from, and where they're going. And then on the other side, which this reading also was very different from the other readings, because the other ones kind of went in this circle. It kind of went like south, west, north, east. But then in this reading with the waters, it's across the board. It's literally the crossroads. Like I said, I'm looking at coming together in the south, opposite coming apart in the north. And then here we have the giveaway. We have the Rainmaker, and the Rainmaker is about bringing in things. And then we have the giveaway, which is opposite. So it's like giving away brings the thing in. So whatever you're letting go of is what allows the other thing to come in. Yeah, and then also with the enchanted map on the giveaway, it has the magic stream connected to it. So if you're giving away something, that's what allows the flow to come through. And then that's sitting opposite the Rainmaker. So we're definitely at a crossroads. But what's happening with the water energy signs, or the water signs, is that they are in the position to totally understand and just know that as this change and this shift is happening, they're able to see all sides of it. They're able to see the yin and the yang. They're able to see the left and the right. They're able to see these opposite energies at work. So water signs, you all are going to probably be connecting with some air signs, because this is some of the stuff that they need to observe and see, and you all will be able to give some insight to them. I think it's the air signs. They're going to be in observation mode as well. They're in a witness mode as well. But you guys are kind of steering it. You all have the wisdom to do it. It's almost like it's just a part of you. So the way that you are is, represents, or is representative of the changes that are going to be happening very soon. So the rest of the elements are really going to be looking to you for that. And you all have the power and the energy to bring in all of the wonderful things, all of the blessings, and all of the good stuff. You all are connected to that, so you understand what it is that the rest of us, all of us, are looking for. You know what's coming together. You know what's falling away. So Yeah. So water signs, your position is during this new moon period is to just be a example, to be who you are, and to observe and to notice and to be around to help the rest of us get in touch with that intuitive side. As far as using the new moon energy, I'm going to look and see. I have a few notes on that that may be helpful. Okay, we have several signs or several planets that are in the sign of Capricorn along with the moon. The moon Capricorn energy is about completion, and it is about getting certain things done, setting intention. So you have intention. New moons are always about setting intention. So if the intention is to bring the rain, then go ahead and set that, because everyone ends up benefiting in some way or another, whether you're helping them directly receive their abundance, or whether it's just by pure example. So, um, so leadership is a keynote the um, for Mercury. Mercury is going to be in the sign of Capricorn, and it's actually squaring Mars, but it leads to leadership. But there's also the indicator that you don't want to lose patience with people in process. Um, Moon, specific moon stuff. I don't know. I think moon is in this really transcendental space right now. The moon sextiles Neptune, which gives that kind of flare energy. We are able to, or you all are able to, receive very high vibrational energies at this time. Because of that, and so you can be an inspiration to other people for sure. It also brings in, the moon is also bringing in a sense of stability and honesty. Feelings may be a little bit more difficult to express at this time, but you can expect all of that to change after the 5th, when Mercury goes into Capricorn, and things will get, being able to communicate what it is that's happening will become very succinct and clear. So, wow. So I really do. This one was different for me. It's definitely not what I was expecting, but at the same time, you gotta expect it, because the water signs are sensitive, they're intuitive, and we are moving into an intuitive phase. We all are. We have gone through the phase of war and weaponry. We have gone through our intellectual, where our intellects and our intellectual acuity has been, reached its height. I think, especially with the age of technology, our intellectual pursuits have reached, points that we never thought they would. But now we're phasing into an intuitive phase, and it just makes sense that the water signs would kind of be the element, that they would be the, I don't want to say the leaders, because I think the fire signs really have an interesting position in all of that, but the water signs, just you being who you are, allows this to happen. So I mean, it's like I said, water is a very powerful element. It moves things whether you think it's moving things or not, but it doesn't take a lot to see. All you got to do is go out to the ocean at a time where the tides are really high, and water can water can move some things. And so right now the water is moving us, and the energy of the water is moving us. Um, just a few things for you guys for the new moon period. Take some time out for yourself. It is a time of self-reflection. It is a time to look back over time, but I would say this is a time to really look at yourself, water signs, and really honor who you are and your power within the universe. There's some Plutonian aspects there too that look at concealed power, or power that you're hiding, or that may not be at the forefront. But now you guys are definitely at the forefront. Another thing to let you know about is that there is a partial eclipse for the new moon. So this is where the moon's energy is going to be more predominant. or more out front. So if there's anything, if the power that you have within you, if you haven't been sharing that with anybody, you're not going to have to say a whole lot. People are going to sense it. But it's okay to honor it by being vocal about it. And again, you can start to see that happening after January 6th, around January 6th, when Mercury also moves into Capricorn. So this has been a great time, great reading. I will be with everyone again for the full moon view that'll come in toward the end of January, around, well, not the end, but January 21st. 20th and 21st will be when the full moon is. So we'll be taking a look and doing some probing between between this time and January 20th and the 21st, and we can see what's happening there.